So I think the question was funding too, in terms of how do we want to. Go ahead, eat. In terms of, I know we talked about the group funding, and we talked about doing some of that, but I think we need to get started on it at this point, which is probably I think it's fairly easy to do. I actually just got an email from somebody who's group funding something else through, I think it was GoFundMe. So I think there's a lot of opportunities out there. Where were you guys at? I know most of us were thinking that we were going to try to do it collectively. Is that pretty much the consensus? Because we'll do it collectively and then just figure out a way to like divvy up shares once we. So I guess the finance team then becomes our primary avenue for that. So that's with Rob and Brian.
Yeah.
Who is Brian?
You know Brian.
Is it Brian Beef?
Yep, Brian Beef.
Okay. That's how I was.
Sorry,
Brian.
Film. He always films all the athletic events.
This
That was
is
like his.
orientation leader.
Brian, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I know you know Brian.
Really?
Run fit.
Small version. Like a little bit.
Oh my
You know what
god.
I'm talking about. Alright.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was in my
I know you guys know
Yes.
Brian.
Yep, you know.
So Brian and Carrie and Rob, then kind of you guys will become our primary avenue for. I think the first shot that we need to put together is kind of some funding statement. I don't know how
because
that.
if you do GoFundMe, you have to write like a little
Yeah, you
like,
gotta put together kind of like.
statement of what you're doing and why and all
Yeah.
that stuff.
And I guess then we need to decide, do we want to do multiple, I mean, we can run as many different, we can run GoFundMe, we can run Razoo, we can run, so I guess the same way that Victor and has been, the same way you guys started and Andrew started to put together the strategy for the web and tech side, at this point, if you guys want to take a crack at putting together your final recommendations for which sites we should use. GoFundMe seems like a pretty natural fit. Razoo is a little bit. Did you end up using Razoo or not?
No, it had kind of like a little muddled when I was looking into it, and it just didn't seem as straightforward. I can't remember if there was like they took more of a cut. Than
Yeah, I think that was what it was.
I'm just gonna make this out.
So the finance team will take a shot at a strategy on that for us. And get a report together on that, and you guys can also so strategy and kind of like that overview statement.
Okay.
Where we're going to fund this collectively, and we're going to go from the notion of funding it collectively to then dividing out shares
We
amongst.
always agree amongst ourselves to share it on all of our social media and stuff.
Oh yeah, I think that has to be. Yeah, we
When you
need
do a
to.
GoFundMe, it'll give you links to post on your Facebook or Twitter or whatever.
What is all upset about?
Yeah, I mean, we need to mutually come into an agreement that that's how we're we're going to do it. I mean, because if somebody doesn't do it, then I mean, why should they be have access to the funds that everyone else raised? Which brings up the other point of we probably need the legal side of this at this point too. So I'll touch base with I know a couple lawyers who probably can give some free advice on that, which would be nice. So probably the first person I'll touch base with is my friend John and just ask him because we probably want to have some sort of just agreement in place of if we're going to raise this money, here's how it's going to be distributed, and then collectively we'll define how it's going to be used, which I think makes sense. So I'll do that. So we've got finance with the strategy and the statement, so which sites, and that overview statement. So that's good. I'll look at legal side. I know I tried to wade through everybody's research on the trucks, and it kind of got tedious to go through, and there were a lot of the same postings from that used vending site, and so from your guys. Did you guys look at the everyone else's posts? So what do you think around ballpark we need to spend to get a truck?
Well, I was just curious, like, what we were really looking for, because when you, like, look, there's, like, different kinds. There's, like, the kind you can tow, like, a little square truck, or they have, like, these little, like, tiny, like,
stands, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's still like just go in the car and like it opens up a window like in the back.
Yeah,
So
I mean, I'm thinking a step truck, which is
Okay.
like a larger, like a
Okay,
real
you want
food
like a
truck.
big one?
Yeah,
Okay.
like a real, like not one like a, not. I saw a couple. Some of them are like RVs. I'm like, I'm not thinking we need an RV.
I
but-
saw like stands. There are a couple stands down on Main Street this past week.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I think we need to be definitely easily mobile, which means we need something that you can just drive around and
Yeah.
not have to worry about towing and all the stuff that goes along with that. I mean, if finance becomes an issue, then maybe we do need to consider that. But I mean, at this early stage, I think we consider that it's an actual truck. So what do you guys think in terms of based on everyone's? I mean, it varied. There were a couple decent ones out there though. The couple that I think you had them, I had them, and I think you guys might have had them on your list too. From used vending, I mean, there were a couple of them that were like in that 30 to 40 range, where
I'll get it. It's just gray.
oh,
Gray.
that's somebody who's coming.
Gray.
Yeah, I think it was that 30 to 40 range, where I mean they were pretty like decked out for $30,000 to $40,000, which is, I mean, I don't think that's a big cost to pay for what we're looking at.
What do you need?
And a couple of them had everything. I mean, they were actually full service. And then we talked about doing like a downscaled one where it wasn't so much an actual cooking truck, but more just like a sales truck with like warmers and some like easy prep stuff. But I mean, a couple of them had like the whole three sink set up, the whole warmer plate set up, the whole. I mean, if we could do something in that range, that could be pretty.
Good.
Could be pretty good, yeah.
It's like a karate chop by funny bone.
Sorry about that. Cut the fly for you.
Oh, there you go.
Thanks.
Jim's quick.
Yeah. Taekwondo.
Does that sound? Does that sound about right?
Yeah.
Based on everything you guys saw? Okay. So, I think the next step there is we need to make sure that we can secure enough of that funding to pretty much start to move forward with having conversations with some of those folks. Because it looks like from the searches I've done since like March, when I started to think about this, they go pretty quick. People are buying them.
These food.
Yeah, they don't last too long on those
Are they
sites.
diesel?
Some of them are, not all of them though.
Are you looking at diesel?
Sure, why not?
I would say
Yeah.
so.
I
Definitely.
mean, some of them are, some aren't. But I mean, most of the ones that are in that price range, that 30 to 40,000, I think what they are like they've been rebuilt engines. But I mean, I think that's fine as a starter. That doesn't concern me too much. So I think we can look at that. And then the next question that I have then is, how do we want to use the startup money that I have? I mean, do we put that into the truck, in securing the truck immediately, or do we use that for some other side of getting things started?
Would your money make a difference towards a truck? Like,
I mean, it could be the collateral for a loan to go immediately buy the truck.
okay.
That's what I mean. But that's a group decision. I mean, or do we want to say we want to raise some money first and then decide whether we want to?
Can we use like 80% of it as the collateral for a loan and then
Sure. I mean, it probably depends on who we want to go to ask for a loan too. I mean, if I want to try to go to one of my private sources and ask for a loan, I can probably do a loan with like 20% down, which what? We don't have Sam here. He's our math whiz, and but I mean, you guys can probably 20% of 40,000 is what? Yeah, Carrie's got her phone.
Yeah.
8,000?
Yeah, something like that. So I mean, we'd have to come up with a little bit more to even come up with 20%. Because I think by the time I cash this stuff out, it's somewhere between 5 and 6.
Okay.
But that's not to say we can't get someone else to throw some in initially to come up with 20%. So I guess that's the question though: is do we need to do that immediately, or do we want to get some other things started immediately? I know we want to do this July event with Highland Hall Gardens, which I mean we could be a way to raise money too. I mean, so we can look at some early events without the truck as a way to raise money to buy the truck.
Yeah, I feel like we need to throw some money at the food costs, like initially to do stands and stuff.
Okay.
Like any permits we need.
Yeah, exactly. The permits are pretty
They're not that
inexpensive.
expensive.
Yeah.
Very cheap.
expensive, but-
Yeah, I mean the commercial caterer one was what, $200?
it's
Yeah.
200.
So 200, and then I mean like Garlic and Herb Fest. If we wanted to do Garlic and Herb Fest in September, Kristen was looking at it. It's like $150 as a vendor.
I love
mean,
that.
yeah, I mean I think we could make a killing there.
Yeah.
But I mean we should be up and running by then.
Yeah.
Hopefully. But I mean, if we could do like, I mean, I would anticipate that if we could do 3 or 4 summer events, we could raise a pretty good amount of money off that. I mean, we're probably looking at, I mean, I look at traditional food costing, and I mean, I don't know, you guys have probably worked in restaurants more than I have actually, but what would you consider your margins to be?
You want to make like what's the thing? It's like something about 30%. Like that's.
It's
the-
usually 30,
yeah.
30, 30, something like
Yeah,
that.
30,
Or
30,
yeah, it's
30.
like a third usually.
I make
of-
like a 30%.
but that's covering overhead of the restaurant too. So I
That's
mean, if we don't have overhead,
Yeah.
and we can get this going without overhead, then you're looking at probably closer to 50%. So I mean, if we make 50% and we're selling a $10 dish, just to make things round numbers, I mean, you're making 5 off of every $10 dish. Probably.
Yeah. Well, even what about the stand without the truck? Like, to raise money for the truck, what do you think we have to put down to make a decent amount?
I mean, I think if we do a stand, I mean, everything would be prepped somewhere else and you just take it with you.
Okay.
I mean, you'd take like crock pots of like the food.
Yeah.
And like but we'd invest in some of those cheap like Sterno warmer trays type of
Yeah.
things for like the other stuff. I mean, that'd be pretty inexpensive.
Yeah, it would be.
So I mean, that's a couple $100 investment. And
So it would be worth.
so yeah, so I mean, you could probably look at about a 50% margin on things, which wouldn't be too bad. So if we were able to do that,
Like what, 3 times?
yeah, 3-4 times, and you do a lot of these events probably aren't going to be huge, but I mean I think they could be big enough where, Highland Hall Gardens is going to do a martini party, so I mean a martini party they're maybe let's say they have 50 people show up, but we'd be the only food there. Sandra already told me we'd be the only food invited, so if we're the only food invited, say, 30% of the people in attendance buy food. So you're looking at like 35 people buying a $10 dish. Trying to do the math in my head, which doesn't work these
It's
days.
175.
Yeah.
Profit.
What?
You're talking about profit?
Yeah, about
Like 175.
yeah. So, I mean, we're not raising a ton of money. So I mean, that we need to just consider that too.
Yeah. Yeah, what other festival during this? What can we hit?
Mayfest is already over.
Are we stuck? Can we cross that border to New York? Or are we stuck?
I think you have to get licensed in both states if
states.
you cross, yeah.
Mhm.
And that's always a catch.
Yeah, but that food stand is definitely the guy from music comes over the border all the
Yeah,
time.
he must have dual license.
Yeah.
He must have. Which it probably isn't. It's probably the same cost as you would. It's just you have to get licensed across the border too.
But if we have a truck, that's pretty
If
convenient.
you have a truck, that's pretty easy to
Might be
do.
worth our
Yeah.
while eventually, but not now. Other festivals we have.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of whether it's actually worth it.
Yeah,
to,
no. Well, the martini party might not be, but it'd be worth the experience.
Yeah.
When are they doing that auction for the cougar statue things, the mountain lion,
Catamounts.
catamounts, whatever they are?
I don't know when they're
Cats.
The monster cat. Yeah, I'm not sure when they're gonna do that. It's usually late July too, I think. And it's usually a summer thing.
What if at like these like small events we're going to, instead of calling it like a set price, calling it a donation, we get like a $10 donation per plate, and sometimes that inclines people to give
Yeah,
more.
we could look at it that way. I'm
Option.
trying to think what that would do.
Like explain like we're trying to.
Yeah, I'm
we're
trying to think what that would do, like tax purpose, for like, because normally if you're gonna ask somebody for a donation, they can write it off.
Oh yeah.
But if they can't write it off, is it worth them to?
Yeah, that's true.
But they might. You never know. The other thing we had talked about is doing like the pre-sales and saying, you know, once we've got, you know, once we're far enough along, we go to like the hospital, or we go to some of the other large places that we know would be potential sales, and we say, all right, here's an offer to buy X number of meals at like some sort of discounted price, and see if they would buy into that, and sell pre-sales that then they get coupons that they can give to their employees, or I mean even an individual could buy them if they wanted to.
I don't see why they wouldn't do that.
No, I mean, and we could do it where we go and set up like for a half day and actually have food too.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you could probably sell the food and then also sell the pre-sales. I don't know how much we would raise that way. I guess that's another finance team question.
Yeah.
Would be, is it worth the time and effort to do some of these things? The events, I think, are good for a PR standpoint anyway,
Yeah.
and just to get the name out. But in the long run, I mean, is it going to help us raise enough money, or do we need to look at some other avenues? When I look at like GoFundMe and I look at some of the other sites, I mean, you can be extremely successful or you can get nothing.
Yeah.
I guess that's the risk you take. But I think we've got a pretty interesting plan that we're putting in place.
Yeah.
And I think everybody I've talked to in the community that I know is like all excited about it. So the other option would be, do we go to some of the other community members and try to get people to invest in it? I mean, that could be an option.
Well, why did that other food truck leave Bennington?
The people moved. That's
So,
what I
they
heard.
did it. You know, they made it. They started off just like, you know, generally what we're doing.
Yeah.
They went for it.
And then Times Tables was the only other one that did anything, and they're a caterer, and they do so much catering business that they just stopped
They don't
doing
need
their.
to, yeah.
They don't need to do it, so they just stopped doing it. But I mean, the option would be maybe talk to a place like that. I don't know if they'd want to even entertain it, but I mean, the only risk we have there is then we end up with co-owners type of.
Yeah.
You know, it's better to have no strings attached. We could look for like some sort of angel donor too. I mean, or angel investor. I mean, I don't know if there aren't as many of them these days, but I mean,
But it's a
you
good
could
idea,
potentially
though.
find somebody with money who wants to fund a cool project.
Yeah, it's pretty
And
solid.
just you know, figure out who might want to fund a cool project. But this community, there's some of those people exist in this community, but not all that many.
Yeah.
If we're in a large city, we'd have a better shot at that. I have a feel. But
We have more competition.
yeah, we'd have
We
more
zero
competition as well.
competition right
Yeah,
now.
we got Iggy's, whatever that is.
I don't know what you
I just went there
The
the
place
other day
by
for
the-
the first time.
Is it any good?
It's like not healthy at all. But
It's like fried dough and
hot-
stuff, isn't
Like I
it?
had like a fried dough sundae, which was horrible.
It
It was like
Sounds
fried
good,
dough,
though.
yeah, like
Frozen
hot
foods.
dogs, hamburgers. He doesn't really have like. It's just basically like your generic like carnival food, I guess.
Yeah.
Is it? Yeah.
Heck with them.
Oh yeah.
Lousy.
What is Iggy's?
It's
that
at the
guy's little
VFW.
hot-
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
the trailer parked by the VFW.
Yeah.
He's got like a picnic table chained to his right on Benmont as you go into downtown.
Right next to like the bowling alley.
Yeah, right next to the bowling alley. The
Oh,
VFW
yeah.
there, right on the corner by
Oh,
the
that's
the
good.
furniture place that burned
yeah,
around.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's
By the
ice
huge
cream
chair.
spot.
Yeah.
I just can't picture
I gotta
this
go
place.
find that
I know the
chair.
area. I just
It's a
I'm
white
not pretty
trailer.
sure
You
that's
wouldn't
what
even
it
know it
is.
was
I
there.
guess
Yeah, it's
not.
just
No.
like It's got a picnic table chain to it, so that's how you'd recognize it.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Well, Jimmy Joe's still floating,
Yeah, I mean,
and he's got a cart.
yeah.
And he's floating. So I mean,
Yeah, well, he's got the only space downtown.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
So
Is that the guy who sells the hot dogs?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, those are good.
yeah, they are.
he's an SVC grad.
Is he?
Oh yeah. He's on the select board too.
That's beautiful.
He's on the select
That's
board
probably
in
why he's still
Bennington.
floating.
Yeah.
Guys, help!
I thought he's a nice guy.
Oh, I bet he
talked to him,
is.
yeah.
It was there the other day. Hot dog was cold in the middle.
Oh.
Sad. It's disgusting. But other than that, they're great things.
Okay, I'm just thinking about that now. Did you eat it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh yeah. Better believe.
Okay,
it.
so finance team is going to get us their strategy in a statement. I'll talk legal. We'll continue to look at events and see if we can line like 3 to 4 up. There is going to be another June one at Clearbrook. I'll touch base with some folks on that one and see if we can do something for that. Your guys' strategy.
Yeah.
So, you guys had I think it's comprehensive.
Yeah.
It's going to cost us though, right?
I know, but so we're pretty much set to start. We just need the name and the money.
Yep.
And the total cost, I don't know if you guys read it. Did you? Okay. So the most expensive thing here is YouTube.
Yep.
We don't need it.
Is what?
I don't think we need YouTube.
You don't need it.
That's what I put at
We
the
need
I
like
mean,
a local-
option.
I put it
Yeah.
at the end as an option.
Mhm.
Probably when we're bigger.
So what do you? I guess my question for you guys is based off of what I looked at it, but what do you need immediately?
So website and Facebook.
About how much though?
Probably may spend like $10
No.
in a month.
No. The website. I was thinking to get the year plan. It's cheaper.
Mm-hmm.
So we need $192 for it.
The
Okay.
website.
Yep.
I'm talking about Facebook.
Facebook.
You gotta pay for Facebook.
Yeah.
No, we can create the page
Yeah,
for
but you
free.
want to do ads.
You wanna-
But you wanna do ads.
Oh, okay.
They charge you per click, so you can put like some credit, like $60 per month, and that will give you 200 clicks.
Oh, okay.
So how soon do you guys recommend doing the ads though?
As soon
Probably when we have something to sell.
Yeah, it could be established.
Yeah, that's my
No,
thing.
I
I think we want to make
I
sure
think
we've got.
we should do this. Since we're going to have something coming up, we should do it before to make people. I mean, aware. It's like creating an awareness before.
But what are
start
we
business.
wearing? We don't have a menu.
But we're so stoned from the name, it's ridiculous.
You know, we're saying it's coming.
I mean, what?
I can't
We got one
tell.
item for the menu, right? Did you guys vote that in? Or we?
What?
Yeah, that's in.
Yeah,
No
that's
doubt.
tonight?
These are
Yeah.
good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, did you say the menu? We haven't
What if we
tested
like?
folks around.
We're starting to, right?
This is the
This was the
first
first
one.
test.
This
This
is
was
great.
This was the first
Oh.
test. Does this make your
Yeah.
menu? Has
Yeah.
All right. So we got one menu item.
I have
Because
one.
I want to make two.
What's the
You-
second?
Ain't you gonna make one?
Yeah, but we haven't tried.
I think we can come
No,
up
we
with
gotta
a
eat
name.
it. We gotta eat it. and Try it. I trust that it's good.
Probably.
So what if we all like did our own PR for
Yeah.
now?
Let's start then. I mean, that's the 192. I mean, I'll just front that now, waiting on 401k money, and just front that, and we should get started on that for Squarespace. Because I think we need that. We need it up and running.
Agreed.
So we'll do the website. I mean, we should. I agree with Haley. I think we could all start kind of plugging away on Facebook. We can put up. Do you guys know how many administrators you can add to a Facebook page?
As many as you want.
Oh, you can.
Yeah.
Okay, so why don't we go ahead and just make a Facebook page and add all
Yeah.
ourselves as administrators, and just link it to all of our accounts, and,
I
and start
completely
that
agree.
way.
We probably have a lot of friends all together from
Oh,
every
yeah.
different spot. Legitimately.
And I think that'll
All around the
help
world
us.
Can I get little like cards with the GoFundMe link on it? Because I'm going to Colorado on the 5th of July, and I know some people out there who would be like excited about a taco truck in Vermont.
Yeah, definitely. I don't see why not. So like some sort of like a
Almost
business card or like
but
a.
not like a business card. Just like something so I don't have to remember it and write it out.
What if we? I'm trying to think if we could do something like electronic that you could like. I don't know. That's a good idea though. So we need. What do we want to call that? I guess it's like a. Are you thinking they would be investors or they would be?
They might be, yeah.
Okay.
Or if nothing else, they could like spread the word.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll figure that out. And you guys can help figure that out. You know, what's the best way to create. It'd be cool if you could create some sort of like digital, like, because what is it, with the Samsung Galaxy, you can do like the.
Oh, you want like this can?
Yeah,
we can
like-
make that?
Yeah.
What is this?
It's a
Like
The scan tag, right? Or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, one of those Q readers or something like that?
Yeah.
Genius.
Yeah, we can make
Yes.
those.
You can make, okay. I don't know how to do that.
No,
Not-
not in my league. Hi.
I was
What?
gonna say that's.
Yeah, that's like.
Yeah, that's wait, no.
There's an app to do that.
There's an app. There's an app that does that.
Take one and send it to all of us.
Yeah.
So, what is that? What are they called?
Q readers, right?
Yeah.
You just, yeah.
Yeah, it's like weird
A
thing.
barcode.
Little
Barcode.
like square barcode
Yeah.
things, yeah.
That would be perfect. Because then you can
Yeah.
just hold up your phone and somebody can
Be
scan
ideal.
it.
Send that to all of us. Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Beautiful.
That'd be really cool. We can put them up around town.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah. Like,
I mean, that was something else I thought of. Is just around town. Like we should just start getting like huge banners made. Just
Yeah,
put them
right?
up
Just put 'em
everywhere.
up everywhere.
just get them put up everywhere.
I can't have the app, I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, he'll keep you
It's fine. I
occupied.
wish he was in my real classes with you. It'd be a lot easier. So they play with your kid the whole time.
One of these days,
Yeah.
maybe you can go. Actually, I don't think they allow us to put them in there for free anymore.
That's
It'd be
tough.
nice. I'm not gonna be able to afford college with 3 of them.
Yeah.
All right, so that would be perfect. So we'll do. You guys can work on that for
Okay.
us. We still need a corporate name. So I saw everybody like threw out ideas. Where I'm going with, like from the business division standpoint at this stage, what I pitched to Stacy is that we're going to build in a new concentration called like it's going to be a concentration in I think community sustainability, and so it'll be community sustainability, and then there'll be 2 choices underneath a community sustainability minor in business, and one will be sustainable food practices, and the other will be new ventures or sustainable ventures. Sustainable ventures. So sustainable ventures would be like this, where every year from now on out in the spring we'll run a new ventures course, and then in the summer whoever has the best idea out of the new ventures course, we will actually help that person launch whatever that is. I'm thinking what it would be next year, since we're not quite ready to really move into. We might be ready to move into somebody's idea, but if we're not, I'd like to buy South Street Cafe.
I completely agree.
The price is right. I talked to Matt the other day again, because Reverie, their daughter's in Isla's class in preschool. So I talked to Matt the other day, and I said I'm still interested, and I said at this point it's more of a personal investment with some students than anything else. I said I don't think the college is going to do it, but I said this year we're starting a business, and next year this would be a great thing for us to do. So it could be really interesting to work with them.
Yeah. It's a perfect spot.
I even thought, going back to, kind of circle back, but to circle back to funding, I even thought about partnering with them now. With this. I don't know what you guys think about that.
As in the
What
VAE.
would that?
No.
As in the school?
South Street Cafe.
Oh.
What would that like involve? What would that look like?
It would involve our business merging with South Street as like at least 50% owners. And taking over the cafe and also having the food truck. But I think it would give Matt and Lauren something fresh to
But
work
they
on.
are South Street.
And they're awesome people. I don't know if you guys
they're
know
both
them.
really nice.
They're like really cool people. They're the owners of South Street. They're both Bennington College, or actually Lauren's a Bennington College grad, and Matt went to Bennington College, and then they bought South Street.
Okay.
It has nothing to do with VAE.
Oh, I thought they wouldn't. Okay.
No, nothing to do with VAE. But I thought of that the other day when I was talking to him. I was like, all right, I just told him we're starting a business and I want to look at potentially buying his business. Why not go to them and pitch some sort of like...
If we were partners with them, could we use their kitchen space?
They don't have a huge kitchen space.
I don't know what's behind
Their
that wall.
kitchen, yeah, it's pretty limited. I don't think it's...
Mm-hmm.
You'd probably have to totally redo it, which I mean isn't out of the cards. I mean, what they don't own the building. That's the hard part. They just
They
rent
rent
the
it.
space. But they're a profitable business. I mean, when I put the plan together for the college to buy South Street, they net between 40 and 50 grand a year. Net. Which, I mean, they're for a small business in Bennington, that's pretty damn good. And they were at that point they were selling for. At that point, Matt had said they'd sell to the college for like $115. So I mean, if we came up with, 60 grand, and said we want to go in on this with you, and it means they partner on the food truck. It could be interesting.
But do they? Why would they want to do that though?
They want to get out of the cafe.
Okay, so
They
you
don't
know
want to
that.
do the cafe anymore. They're kind of done with it. They've been
Yeah,
doing it
they're
for a
kind of
while.
Like fresh new ideas.
Yeah,
not,
they want to do
controlling-
they want to do something new. They don't want to. I think they just feel like they're stuck in this cafe, and they've got it. And then they've got a 14-year-old and a 4-year-old. So their kids are like drastically different in age, and so I think they just want to do different things now. Like the cafe was what they wanted to do when they had just one child. Now that they have another younger one, it just doesn't quite like mesh with what they want to do. But it could make it interesting because then the cafe would become part of this venture, and it would become job opportunities, and it would become
Would you
all
still be
sorts
looking to buy out the cafe, like
of long term.
yeah, long term?
I think probably, yeah. I think probably the goal would be to 100% buy out the cafe.
Yeah, I think you should do that. Propose it.
Bring something interesting.
Ye-
Truck.
Yeah, I think they would. I think they, and I just don't know if they're interested in it at all. But I mean, it might be an interesting conversation to have. They're really bright. I mean, they're definitely like doers. Like they'll get things done, and it could be a potential interesting venture. To come up with something that would be. Now they also might not want to partner with that many people. I mean, that could be, but they might partner with a corporation. I mean, if they partnered with a corporation, it doesn't really affect them that the corporation owns half of.
Do we have a corporation name yet or
No, we don't. We still need we still need a corporation name.
Golden bag.
What?
What?
Golden bag.
not? That sounds tacky.
Because nobody's going to spend on them. So.
What about like
throw that
Southwestern
in.
Vermont Sustainable Ventures?
What?
What? Are you looking for like a very
It can't
broad?
be.
SVSV? Or no, SWSV?
Yeah. I don't know.
Let's
It
have
can't be
one
something
more
like
week.
too
We'll
specific.
find
Are you
something.
trying to be clever in this naming or just?
Oh, I'm always clever in my naming.
So it's gotta be like broad enough that if somebody came in with an idea
yeah.
to do something.
Yeah, it's so difficult.
Yeah.
It's
Imagine if
it's so
500
important.
14.
It is.
So
It's like one of
important.
those things where it's important, but it's more
Yeah.
important for the actual food truck brand to have a unique name than it is for the corporation. I think.
feel like
I think.
Rob's gonna come in
Oh wait, we
clutch
have
on
two
that.
different.
Yeah. No.
Where's Rob?
Rob made that point. I think in one of his notes, he was just like, the corporation can be whatever. It's the brand of the individual
Yeah, the brand.
businesses that
Yeah.
really matter. So I mean, the corporation name could be whatever. I
Yeah.
mean, we could look at this.
I think it'd be really funny to have like a hilarious
It says
corporation
juice
name.
on it, but I mean.
Yeah, we could do something really cool.
Wide
Um,
mouth.
Yeah, and then, we came up with the idea of southwestern Vermont or southern Vermont but I mean
Sounds so cool.
it doesn't really need to even be that because I mean what if Haley graduates next year and she says I'm moving to Washington State and
Moving to Portland.
yeah
That'd be great.
Maine?
Portland's excellent. Oregon.
Yeah.
I'd be there in a heartbeat.
Portlandia.
Yeah.
That's good.
I love that. Have you seen that show?
Oh, it's so
Oh, I die every
Some
time.
nights I don't even understand.
It wakes me out completely, but it's so good.
So yeah, but if Haley moves, I mean, so then she doesn't want to be underneath a corporate name that's Southern Vermont or Southwestern Vermont because she's not Southwestern Vermont anymore. So I mean, I think we need to think globally though, because I mean, literally, you know, whoever the next venture, like the next brand goes to. I mean, we might have several new brands by next summer. Who knows? I mean, if the new brands go to different people, then all of a sudden you could be going to various locations, and we don't want to have this parent company that's like here. I think we want to think globally. So
Maybe use your name.
it doesn't. I don't want to. It doesn't. It's not just me though. I mean, it's.
Isn't that like all the corporations are? The bigger one? Just names?
Yeah, pretty much.
They could be, but I mean, it's not just me either.
Should make
though,
a
you
sweet
know.
name.
Just make a name.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
just make a name.
Yeah.
Let's just pick a name.
You got what? Gym teacher's name, high school, what was it? What man did that? It was genius. Leonard Skinner. Thank you. Being named after their gym
How about
teacher.
this? Let's have a
Leonard
week
Skinner.
to think about it. Once more.
Husband needs another
Yeah.
week.
You will need to think
Come
about
on,
the
there's no
coolest
need to
name
rush
that
about
was
this,
ever
man.
around.
No, I've been on this for like 2 weeks. I've been rushing.
You
It's
can
too hard.
multitask. Just what?
Well,
think this
yeah,
thing
I
about
started. You know,
Let's try
I.
and hang out this week and just like.
Just brainstorm. That's what I'm trying to do.
That's
That's
what
what
I'm
I'm saying.
No.
I don't
Just
know.
saying that you must be smart in that.
Well, it's
Take
a
your time.
acronym. I don't know.
No, I do. It's important to have, but I
Yeah.
also want to get the corporation paperwork done because I think we need to get that filed and we
There you
need to.
go.
So we are on a
Yeah.
time. I don't think we have a full week to figure that out.
Maybe 3 days.
I was gonna
From
say,
now
we
till
just like
Tuesday.
set a deadline and send it
Yeah.
out and like put the pressure on.
Yeah, no, we
Best
can
names you
definitely.
got.
Yeah, we can. Yeah, best names, and then we'll condense them. And I mean, I leave Monday for Colorado for a week, so.
Like Friday?
So I mean, I'd like to get that. I'll work on the paperwork while I'm gone, but I mean, I'd like to have that done by the time I get back. But
You go to Denver.
Fort Collins, and then the wedding we're going to is in Estes Park, and then probably to Boulder for a couple days.
My cousins live in Fort Collins now.
So I'm gonna be there, but like not next week.
When someone said Colorado, I'm thinking of bike racing.
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah, that happens.
So I'd go. I mean, I don't know anyone there, but I'd go to Colorado in a heartbeat. I'll tell you that right now.
On the
Well, we
mountain.
know why you.
I don't know there. Care less. I will be there in a second. Like, take
I
my-
gotta introduce you to my cousin.
yeah.
You can visit my tenants. You rent my house. I hear they have a nice garden.
Be beautiful. Be beautiful.
So my friend told me. He goes, "Hey, we got a wonderful garden."
Yeah.
So anyway,
Yeah. So anyway,
Beautiful.
probably
So-
3 days from
Yes,
now. We should find out.
so it needs to be global. So let's
Yeah.
think global. So it has to be,
Find something now.
has to be something that can be like globally recognized eventually as a parent company. And then we can go from there. And then, I mean, the brands, the individual brands, I mean, for the truck, I'm still kind of stuck on it's just the food truck. I mean, there isn't another one in this area, so why not? It's the food truck. But, I mean, we could also name it, whatever else we wanted. At one point, I was going to buy a bus and call it the Burrito Bus. But
You know what? Rob's Grubhub, just for that, was decent. I'm gonna give him the Grubhub. That's out of everything that I've seen. Out of everything I've seen, that was the better one.
Or the Grubhub.
The Grubhub, just for the truck itself, but that can't be like a good like. Or we could switch it up and make that the entire whole name be the Grubhub. Oh,
yeah, but it's not all food, though. What if
I
it's
know.
not food?
That's
the
why
thing,
this is
you know?
so difficult.
Yeah, that's the. Because
So I feel like
eventually,
someone-
Like, what else are you gonna branch out to other than food?
you
Like,
can branch into anything. You can do
I know.
anything you
it's
want.
like the Green
Goes
Mountain
over
Pioneer. I don't even know.
Yeah, I mean, you could branch into anything eventually. I mean, the parent corporation.
Can you find one in Mexican and translate in English?
Yeah, see, that's what we need.
Mexican's not a language.
You could think one in Spanish and then translate in English.
We need a translator.
Well, in Mexico, they're just called like whatever they sell.
Yeah, but
So it's
then
like
Yeah.
taco place, taqueria. You're like,
Yeah,
they're not really
that
that
works.
creative with names.
taquerias, you know?
Yeah, but maybe that's a trick. We gotta
It
just
sounds
be
so foodie.
bland with that. I mean,
How
I
about
don't
like
even
playing
know.
off like
You can say
Bennington,
Little
like something like
English.
small town goods or small town eats, or I don't know, playing off of like where we started from.
Great team? No, it's not green.
What?
Yeah. So I feel like as we get bigger, this group will hopefully like merge into like higher end like materials for our foods and whatnot. Because we're making enough dough where we can. So I want to like incorporate like.
Part of me thought you meant dough, like bread dough.
No,
We're
no.
naked.
Well, did you guys check out that site though? The that one post Zingerman's Deli in Michigan, Grand Rapids, like Grand Rapids or Ann Arbor. Zingerman started as this deli. It was these two guys who went to college together. They went off. They were business people, and then one day they met again, and they were like, "We're going to start this deli that we dreamed up in college." And they started this deli.
Oh.
And it's Zingerman's Deli. And then all of a sudden they decided, all right, we're not just a deli, we want to make our own bread. And so they opened a bakery. And then they put one of the people that worked for them, who was their bread maker, as the new CEO of the bakery. And so she now opened the bakery, and it was like a block away. And then another guy opened like another branch, and it was like a coffee shop. And so they put him in charge of the coffee shop. And so these organizations that do this type of thing are called small giants. And so there are these small organizations that basically now have all these vertically integrated segments that are out there. And I mean, now they have like a training academy where they bring in people who are from other organizations who want to do this. And they now train people on how to vertically integrate and vertically segment their businesses. And I got to listen to these guys speak at a conference. And and I was at a health club conference, like of all places. And I mean, the owner of the health club I own wanted to branch into other segments. And so one of my last jobs at the club I was general manager of is I opened an urgent care and medical clinic inside my health club. Because the owner of my health club wanted to vertically integrate, and that was what we arose at as what we wanted to add to the health club. We wanted to add a doctor who could talk to somebody about their lifestyle, and the term at that point, it was like 2010, and the term lifestyle medicine had just been coined. And so like we attached to that like big time. And so we opened a lifestyle medicine and urgent care clinic. And so people in the club would go, if they had diabetes, they'd now switch to our doctor, and they'd now one-stop shop, and they'd go to our physician, and then they'd go through a door and they'd work out in the health club. And then they could go back in and talk to him. And so, I mean, things that they don't have to always be a natural fit either. But that's what Zingerman's is all about. They now have I think they have 6 different segments of their business. And it's huge now. But it's all started in a part of rundown Ann Arbor, Michigan, where now they have a whole city block, and it's all these segmented businesses, and it's really cool. So I mean, that's what I envision this being, but I mean, I envision it more global. Jim's going to move to Portland, and he's going to start whatever he wants to start out there.
But we all know where I'm starting.
Portland might not be the place for that.
No, I wouldn't go to. I mean, I would go there to visit. I would probably die if I lived in Portland.
But I mean, I think that's the concept, though. So it doesn't have to be food. I mean, it can be anything, and so that's where yeah, we could name it after where we started.
Yeah.
I mean, because let me pull up.
What was the name of your first dog? We got something. You need it. It has to come you. Everyone that's business is killing it. If they're either their last name, their full name, or having something to do with your personal life.
Why is the business division in the school called McCormick?
Somebody funded it.
See, sticky.
A donor. No, but the guys who came up with Zingerman's. Why do you think they came up with Zingerman's?
Their dog's name was Zingerman.
No. Why do you think they? No, I know the story.
Zinger.
No. Why do you think they came up with Zingerman's?
I don't know.
They went to the phone book, and in their area, that would be the last entry in the phone book. Would have been Zingerman's Deli.
Is that a good strategic route to take?
I don't know. It worked for them.
The A-team, okay. No, that's beautiful. We could be. I don't even. This is tough.
But I mean, that was literally their story of how they picked.
Yeah, something team.
Yeah, written.
I think Jeb's just got to come up with a sucker. You've been alive for so much longer. You should have
So much.
You should have this I'm gonna start.
Maybe you should compliment
you something here. You lived in Colorado. You should have some great name here. Ah.
I got great names. I've come up with some really good ones. My wife had a company that was upcycled kids clothing, so it was Grow Upcycle.
Beautiful. See, she's smart. We need her in here.
No, I came up with that.
Okay, we have you then.
It was her company. It was her company.
Okay.
I just came up with the name.
Okay.
There've been some. I'm trying to think. There've been some other ones that come good. My father-in-law's meat market up in Middlebury is Greg's Meat Market, which isn't his name, but his name's Bart. But he bought Greg's Meat Market, and so the name of his, he wanted to do a commercial. He every year he wins like first prize in the Middlebury Chili Festival. And so he wanted to like commercialize his maple chili and like sell it into stores. And so we did a whole logo and run up for Greg's Grub. So I've used the word grub.
Oh, so you're already stepping away from that.
But no, he ended up not using it though. So
Jerk.
I mean, but it was a cow logo. Kristen drew the logo. It was a cow logo, and it was Greg's Grub, and it was this whole line of. He just didn't end up doing it. Not yet. He might end up doing it, but.
This might be kind of dumb, but how about like something like, you know how Vermont they say like VT? You could spell like VEETEE, like VTs or something. I don't know, just
something
like,
general like that's
yeah.
what we need. She's right. That's like something that easy. Is
like
what's
how'd you
gonna
get
do
your
it.
name? Oh, from Vermont.
Yeah.
VTs.
VTs.
Like VTs.
Yeah, that's a good one.
But like something like, I don't know. I feel like if it ever gets big, like our backstory should be like we started in Bennington, Vermont. Somehow.
North Bennington, Vermont.
Yeah,
We'll
that's
say North Bennington.
Doesn't Bennington.
In Jeb's house.
Yeah.
And
In his
BBT.
In the backyard.
Yeah.
Alright, my internet's being extremely slow here.
It's there's like I guess solar flares hitting the atmosphere, like
I did
a
see
high
that.
amount. So it's been
Wait,
messing
is
up
that
like
like a thing, or are
everyone's-
you making that crap
No, I'm
up?
serious.
No,
It's
that's right. But yeah, I mean and their website's really good too. You guys should take a look at their website. But that's totally the concept. I think that's the concept, is be able to take this to, you know, and I mean, linking into the college doesn't hurt us because we could do the training component. You know what I mean? Like you could do like a summer training component of it where, I mean, you guys would come back and like be part of like a course or something if you have your own business segment type of thing, which could be pretty cool too.
Yeah.
So that's so literally, yeah, that was they figured out their name by going through the phone book and finding that would be the last entry. I think it was the last entry under restaurants. It wasn't the whole phone book.
Yeah, but no, it's a
It was the last entry under restaurants, and it was in that whole Ann Arbor area. Zingerman, they just like were like, okay, Zingerman, so that'd be the last thing. So I mean, we could take a shot at, but I mean, we're not, as a corporation, we're not really looking at. I mean, they weren't even thinking about being a corporation when they came up with their name, but we're thinking about being a corporation. So, I mean, I try to think of a lot of successful corporations. You wouldn't even know who the parent company is, right? I mean, I'm trying to think of.
Oh, so are we allowed to use like names of like mountains here, or just like Mount Anthony, something? Like, is that like?
Sure, I think Mount Anthony in this area is overused.
I completely agree, but like that could be like a different.
Not something like Monty's. I'm still playing opera a lot. It's tough.
I thought about using my street name. You know, we're the Harvest Hills here.
That's good. Yeah. The Barry Monters.
We can use his name. We can just be Cash Corp.
Yeah. There.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I think you like
The name is still attractive, we're not gonna attract people.
Look at that.
Gosh,
Show
people think
you-
of
Flexibility.
Show you his moves over there.
Dang.
You can see where he likes to put his mouth on the.
The mouth is
Is there any
right
space
next to
on
a
it? That's so
footprint.
You gotta do, but yeah.
All right, so that's our first thing. So we'll come up with a global corp name. Let's see. You guys were on a bunch of different research this
Sure
week.
was, yeah.
So you guys looked at licensing, permitting, who do we need to? I think I know the guy in town who we need to talk to for like health code stuff. I think I do.
Okay.
But did you guys find a contact for that?
I
didn't see a contact for it.
My friend, I work at Chili's, and one of the girls' dad does the health inspections for like restaurants and stuff.
Do you know who that
Is
is?
it like Todd something? Or?
Her last name is Elmer,
Okay.
but I can ask her if he
Yeah.
has connections or.
Because I
knows.
I think I know the guy who's the chief like health code inspector for the area. His last name's Hubble, and his first name's Tom.
Is there a homestead there too?
I thought he was like retiring
Probably.
soon.
Is that the Hubble homestead?
He probably is. He probably is. But I mean, it's time to catch him before he retires. 'Cause
I think he has
cycle
like
with
2
him.
months.
Wait,
Good.
where's the Hubble homestead? Where is that? It's right around here.
It's somewhere up in old Bennington area. Yeah. But yeah, if he's going to retire, we need to catch him quick. But I see him,
Yeah.
usually see him once a week. But I can talk to Tom. That's easy. I mean, he'll tell us what needs to happen. But that would mean we need a truck and we need everything in place like right away. But I mean, I'm not opposed to asking. I'm seriously not opposed to asking the guy who I have my mortgage with on this house. That's a private mortgage. He's a friend of my father's, and just say, hey, I'm starting a business, and getting him to front like enough to buy a truck. I mean, I got a damn good deal on a mortgage.
Hopefully get a damn good deal on a truck too.
No, I mean, yeah, but I mean, yeah, I don't see why he wouldn't. You know, it's a tiny loan comparatively. You know. He could literally get it paid back extremely quickly. So that conversation could happen. And there's some other people that might do that too. I mean, I think that might be the way instead of going to a bank, is do a private loan and then just
Yeah,
do that.
less work.
Well, I mean, and then I'd look at that as, I'll take the loan, and then that's my share, plus the startup money, and then let you guys group fund and help with it. And then, I mean, then at some point, if I want to sell part of the loan back into the corporation, I'd take it out, pay it off, and then put the shares back into the company. And then we'd be able to either sell those or do it or distribute them one way or another. But that could be interesting if we wanted to do that. I don't know what you guys think about that, but
I don't really know much about that. That's the issue.
I mean, $30,000 loan is like nothing, even at like 4 or 5%. And the bank's probably going to want more, probably 6 or 7% on something like that. But I could probably talk this guy into doing like 5. But I'll check into. I'll put that along with my. So I've got legal and I've got private loan. Let's see, what else do we need to cover? I've got all the links to the paperwork that I need to start to file S-Corp. I think what we're going to have to do is all of our names are going to I have to go on it though. So I'll get it started, and then we're all going to have to fill in, I mean, since for like, just private information type of stuff, because I mean, we don't all need to know each other's like social securities and information like that, but somehow we can get it all to a clearinghouse. I'm trying to think. If we get paperwork filed with a name, I don't think we're going to be able to get, I think we can get a vendor permit for like the events without really having anything. Because I think you can be a vendor and even like cook out of your own kitchen. I think.
You definitely can.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you
Like-
can do that.
You don't even have to be like food safety certified. So I mean, so I think we can easily do that. And then I mean, with the menu type of thing, what I'm thinking is what we'll do. I mean, so I'll be gone next week. The week after, we'll just do this maybe once or twice a week to firm up our menu. So I'll just have you guys like send me a like grocery list, and I'll just have the food ready, or you can come and cook here, or whatever, whoever wants to do it, and then we'll just do this and firm up our menu. For folks who aren't here, they don't get to they don't get to eat, but
Bring some testers.
yeah, but but I mean, and then once we've firmed up what we think is a good menu, then we'll get to these events and we'll actually test stuff, and we can do some sort of like rating card or something like that that like people,
Yeah, I'm taking you guys all down.
No, you
I don't
don't.
have my recipe yet. I'm gonna win.
What are you making?
I don't know yet.
So lucky, Jay.
I'm gonna come up with this soon.
What do you make, Victor? You lie.
Victor might take us all down, but.
what do you make?
No, it's not like that.
Adam carries the
I got the
potential.
secret.
You got this.
That's
Yeah,
my
I got
dad.
your cooking skills,
German in
but-
bed.
It's a secret. We don't want to talk about it right now.
Secret.
But when we cook it, everybody's gonna,
You don't have to know what it is. Just
yeah, it's a secret.
Just need it.
Once it comes on the table, that's when you're like,
Mystery meat.
There's a lot of squirrels in my back.
Yeah. That's the mystery meat.
Yep. Don't
And
worry.
in Vermont,
Don't
we're
worry.
willing to trust that.
Yeah.
we
Rabbit.
don't want to make it
Awesome.
complicated. We
Yeah.
want to cook it.
We don't explain.
We're not Roadkill Cafe.
Yeah.
You know how
You
we
kill a
cooked me
big
and
dog.
Victor almost like for 1 hour, 2 hours cooking.
So I mean, I think that should be the plan. The next couple weeks to get the menu like really firmed up and have it. I think if we have, like 5, 6 like solid things to start with, I think we'd be in pretty good shape. Like options, and then we can go from there. And then we can start to think about like side dishes and like stuff like that. But let's get like the main things.
Are we like solely going with food?
What?
Just food? Aren't we just selling food? Because like,
Right now, what would you?
like you know how they have like the aguas, like Mexican, like how do you say water? I guess like the pineapple, like.
Oh no,
Like
we should have we'll have to have beverages too.
Yeah.
No, I just
Like
I hadn't even thought about like beverages yet. I mean, we'll have to come up with some way to.
Yeah.
There's like some pretty good like homemade stuff that I can
Horchata.
make. Horchata. Yeah, it's good.
Personally, I think we need to touch base with the guys who want to start the small batch distillery.
I was gonna say,
Where are those
let's
guys?
get some drinks on this truck.
Yeah, I don't think they let you drive around with liquor.
I know.
Oh my gosh. That'd be brutal.
Mm.
Just have someone meet us there in like a convoy and make margaritas on the side.
Oh boy.
Like with a blender.
Mobile margarita.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Use a blender.
Blender.
Margarita Mart, let's go.
She Jim is.
Yeah.
I know Jim is good at that.
Shaken martinis.
Yeah. Martini game.
Uh,
Not a martini guy.
all right. I think we've got our
I do like making them though.
next list of orders. But no, yeah, we'll have to come up with. Yeah, I don't know if we want to make our own or we could. I mean,
Yeah.
that could be.
Well, we could try it. And then
Yeah.
we get some-
I just don't know how complicated it gets. I mean,
It's not that hard.
is it like soda fountain type of stuff where you
It's
just
like-
have like.
Pineapple, I like the one of the like one. Well, horchata's different. It's like rice, milk, kind of drink. And then there's like a pineapple infused.
Yeah, I mean there'll be refrigeration on the trucks. I mean you could.
You can
have
basically
some-
make it out of anything, like watermelon, like anything
Mm.
you want, basically. And it comes out pretty tasty. So that's just an option. He's like,
Sounds good. Yeah, I mean we could do whatever. I'm trying to think. What most food trucks that I've been to just do like the beverage cooler type of
yeah,
thing.
like
You
sodas
just have
or
yeah.
whatever, yeah.
But no, it'd be interesting to do. I mean, it sounds like the food we're going to propose is different than the norm. Why not do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's some dang juice.
It is.
It
It's
sounds
good.
so good.
I haven't had it in a while either, so
Oh.
I'll make it.
No, it sounds. I mean, it fits with what we're. I didn't know what you. I thought you meant like
Let me,
selling
like,
T-shirts or something.
A sombrero with
Yeah,
a taco
yeah,
special.
like Jim rolls up the back of the T-shirt rack. Actually, it was the white beater rack.
Yeah. Got that in the bag right now.
Anything else that we're missing?
Like that's what I'm
You
talking
could
about.
do your kale. My Kristen makes a mean kale smoothie.
Like they make juices.
A kale smoothie.
Yeah, you have kale and berries and yogurt. It's like
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah, so yeah.
Sounds very healthy, guys.
It is, but you throw strawberries and kale together, and
Burn them.
yeah.
You're a kale guy, huh?
Oh yeah.
You see him?
You
Like,
know,
he goes out there, he's like, "That's kale."
that's good.
Oh, that's a better kale.
Wait till it's like this
Yeah.
tall.
You don't have like those.
That's kale.
Oh, we've already been eating it for like 2 weeks. We just go out and clip a couple leaves at a time and make a salad or make,
If there's like a chunk of your garden missing one
yeah.
day.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like part of Kenyan food, cow. So.
Oh, there you go.
That fence is electrified. No, I'm just
I'll
sorry, the kids eat all the strawberries. I haven't even had a
straw.
strawberry yet. We go in the garden in the morning and they're like,
Oh no.
Brutal.
They're
Yeah.
probably really good though.
I picked like some last night and put them in the fridge for this morning, and I come out and like Isla's sitting in the middle of the kitchen. She's got like the biggest strawberry. She's like, I'm like, saving that for myself.
That was mine.
It's like 6:30 in the morning, and she like climbed up and like pulled it out of the fridge.
She's like, "This is mine."
Well, she ate all of them. There were like
Yeah.
5 of them in there. I picked them last night after they went to bed.
Your approach was there.
No, couldn't even get one.
Higher shelf next time.
Yeah, oh, they can climb.
Oh, man.
Once the blueberries come out, that's
You don't want to-
like every morning. It's like that's all they eat are blueberries.
Blueberry.
They go out with a
Well,
container and
they're
just
trying to-
pick blueberries and put them on their breakfast.
Nah, not that.
What?
No, no,
about the
take it.
dishes. The secret.
Oh.
Oh, I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, alright, so figure out your recipes.
Yeah, please. Yeah,
We'll
we
find
will.
the.
Wait.
And then we'll move on to like side
We'll find
dishes and stuff, because we're gonna have like some.
That's really good.
You,
Tuesday,
I'm gonna
Wednesday
make
next
some.
week.
Oh yeah.
You make the other two.
Yeah. Okay.
I got Taekwondo at 5:45 every single day, and after that I'm breaks.
It's better than after
that's pretty hardcore.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
You better stop recording.
I'm trying to get my black
We're
belt.
going to. Our
All
name
that
is
grind.
What does that do for you?
Flexibility. Oh my.
No,
God.
I mean.
Tool to
are you-
Oh, what do you like? What do you
Are
mean?
you gonna be just like safer on the streets of Bennington?
Kinda, yeah. Yeah. It's definitely good to have in the streets of Bennington. Have you played volleyball at JC's, by the way, on Thursday nights?
I heard about that.
I
Neil
went
does.
last. Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
I see Neil everywhere, but yeah, that is competitive. And it's right up. It is so intense, and there's like it's every age
I
group.
prefer badminton. to
No, trust me. If you
volleyball.
walk into here, you'd be like, "Whoa!" I'm telling you.
I'm not
you-
big on volleyball.
Me neither.
serious.
I'm not a
Yeah,
big
but you're
volleyball
big on
guy.
winning.
That was the
Oh
most
yeah,
fun
you gotta win.
I've had in a while.
But badminton's a little bit. Badminton's better.
Yeah, well, I need like an older guy on my team, so I'm not gonna lie to you. And I also need 2 women.
I got old like several times.
We need 2 women on the
Yeah.
team. So I'll let you guys. I'll keep you posted.
Okay.
What, is this for volleyball?
Yeah, I gotta make my team because I can't. They put me and my buddy on a team of old people and they
You know-
sucked and we lost. I was pissed.
You know who we can give you Hassan?
Who?
Hassan.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
he is a beast. I've seen it. I've seen that. I know.
Erased.
Yeah.
broken.
He should be in.
He's not broken. He just wants to be in
No,
cross country. That's
It was
all.
because he was on the team.
Yeah.
You should ask him.
Kara,
can
you were
do
on the
it.
team, weren't you?
He didn't want.
Did
He
you
didn't
play
want to
volleyball?
do volleyball.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You were already in my head.
Like,
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. Yeah.
Grab me, Herson.
you know who's around for the summer
Jessica.
too? Is Jess
Yeah.
Delgado's around for the summer.
Grab us 3.
That was the other one on my list. So
Yes,
I mean, I have like a mental list. Like I really do.
She's
Like,
around. She's
Thank
around for
you.
the summer.
We'll
I know.
we'll unload on all
So you
the
got this
buddies.
weird
Like, no, the competition is no good, but they all trash talk.
I just go and watch that.
Well, Neil was like, he's like, everyone just sucks, but like, he's like, if I tried, I could really beat everybody.
You could smoke everyone out. Like the competition isn't that good, but everyone talks so much
Is there
crap.
money involved?
You can be like it.
Oh.
It varies. So like it's intense. It is very intense.
I like to play sports
Intense
for money
too long.
these days.
Yeah, no, I hear you. No, you
Yeah, right.
definitely. They have pools and everything in there. So yeah, you're actually. I think that the team that wins at the end does take the cash. So
Nice.
yeah, I'm taking all the volleyball girls, and I'm just gonna.
Some women's, man.
Recruiting.
I'm recruiting. I need 2 old dudes, 2 females, and then whatever else is fine. That's the rules. And the females don't cycle out, that's why you need key females like
That's how
Bam.
it usually is.
Yeah. it's-
Females don't cycle out.
Yeah, it's excellent. If I was there, I was like, I can't believe Jeb's not here. And I'm looking around like, this is weird.
I've never been to JC's.
Yeah,
It doesn't seem like-
no, I've only been there one time before. That is not my scene, but the volleyball court's pretty badass.
The one day a week of their own thing doesn't seem like your thing.
It is the one day. Is it just Thursdays?
I think so.
It's gotta be. There's a lot of people that go. It's full. Absolutely
Wow.
full. Yeah. Yeah.
It just doesn't seem like my crowd.
People got jerseys. I'm talking just full blown.
I tend to hang
You
out
scared of
in
Chelsea,
North
no?
Bennington.
Yeah.
You can go to stand up and win.
Oh, I did. I was
There you go.
I was on Team Tank Top last night.
Just go to Brandon.
Yeah.
Get a mountain.
All
Moose.
Yeah.
right, I think we've concluded.
Yep.
Yeah.
We've digressed. All right, I've got notes. I'll get them in.
So like name by this week.
Yeah, we got to get that right away.
It's just be like, Rob, we need a name by next week.
Golden
You're
bag.
out.
Golden bag.
He cried.
Where is
but
that?
He doesn't.
Golden bag?
Yeah.
No, he'll come up.
Telephone.
He'll come up with some. Rob will come up with some names.
That's
What do you
he's-
want?
he's-